Welcome into a brand new episode of WSI TV. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back for another brand new episode of WSI TV. I'm Jordan Bishop and this is Tyler Dressel.
Thanks for having me, Jordan. First things first, don't forget to head over to WSITV.com where you can get your free daily newsletter and get access to the WSI Vault for free.
Right, there's a lot of good stuff over there, but for right now our focus turns to Turkey. Everybody's talking about Turkey, and the experts basically during all this crisis and uproar, they want to steal your 70% profit. Tyler, if you could talk a little bit about why everyone's talking about Turkey.
Sure, yeah, I mean it's pretty popular in the market right now. Basically, the US doubled imports on Turkey for, what was it, steel?
Yeah, it's metal imports, so a wide range of metal, steel, aluminum, all that, and it basically made the lira crash, didn't it?
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the gist of it. Lira crash, basically Turkey is blaming the US for, this negativity that's, falling on top of them. But I mean, there is a positive to it, and that's basically what we're trying to explain to you today.
Right, yeah, and we're gonna get to that. The experts are jumping all over this crisis. You'll probably seen in the news, on other financial sites, everyone's talking about Turkey right now, but they are too late. The experts are basically late right now saying that you should short Turkey. Just in short selling is basically buying in reverse. We won't go too deep into it, but it's as simple as that. But what we've seen recently is that Turkey was a short sell back in April. We believe if you short sell now, you're on the wrong side of the trade. If you would have short sold back in April, you would have made a 42% gain from a simple signal. And it all comes from the stock charts that we're looking at every day. The stories are good, but they're always behind the curve. It's hard to trade on what's happening in the news because the traders in the market have already seen and already acted. So Tyler, if you could just walk us through this this stock chart a little bit. I know I see a bit of a double top there that we've outlined.
Yeah, I mean that's usually a good indicator right there. I mean, I know you're looking at the chart behind us right now, but all in all, there's a huge dive that Turkey took from this crisis, which shortly following, I mean, as you can see, I mean, the stock really did take a dive. And if you would have been on the other side of this or ahead of the game, that would have been a huge short sell and a huge profit for you.
Yeah, exactly. And just to touch on what we mean by a double top here, as you can see, back in August of last year, we had the first top as we've outlined with that parabola there. It came back down to that line of support that's sitting there right around $36, and then bounced off up back in November of last year, and formed that second top, which we've also outlined with that curve. It headed back down towards that line of support that we've outlined, and once it crashed below that, we would have had our short signal. If you would have short sold there back in April, you would have made that 42% profit we've been talking about. And although that 42% gain is long gone, ignoring the experts could bag you your 70% profit.
That's right. Yeah.
So basically, we're going to look at the chart again, but this time we're taking note of the 40-week moving average, which is that blue line right there.
Right.
So basically, this, commodities and currencies, this is sort of a currency play on the Turkish economy, even though we're not directly trading the lira here. This ETF we're looking at, Exchange Traded Fund, TUR, is basically monitoring the Turkish economy. And as you can see, the stock basically bounces around that 40-week moving average. It doesn't usually get too far from it, but as you can see, it's dipped quite a ways below it recently. And if it starts to revert to the mean, which is what most of these stocks do, these currency and commodity plays, you could bag that 70% gain if it starts heading back up. I mean, Tyler, what do you think? This is bouncing above and below. It doesn't ever really get too far from that moving average, does it?
No. I mean, all in all, you're just betting that this stock is going to shoot back up, and we have every indication that it will. I mean, just from the dive it took and how it's been hugging pretty close to that line of support right there and that moving average. So
I mean, it's like a a rubber band. You know, you expect it to snap back. I mean, it's done it multiple times in the past. So what this is a bit of a controversial trade here. You know, we're saying buy TUR right now, and you know, if you even get a portion of that 70% gain, if it comes back to that moving average, you know, you've done better than most of the experts right now, and what most of the news headlines are saying. So we would say buy TUR, at least until the experts are done talking about Turkey. There's an expression that I love in the stock market that, you know, if there's any bears left in the market, you're still going to see that bull market. It's only when all the bears go away will the bear market actually start to evolve and start to actually happen. So you've got Turkish bears here. Until those bears go away, you know, I don't think we're going to see, you know, any more downward movement here. So I think it's a, you know, it's a contrarian trade, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that while the experts are still talking about how bad Turkey is, we're going to see some sort of revival, which will push your trade up.
Right, yeah, that's a sorry to cut you off. That's a good way to put it. But I mean, you know, all in all, like Jordan said, maybe you're not making that 70% return. You know, maybe it's not going to bounce all the way back up, but at the end of the day, you're most likely going to get some sort of return out of it and some sort of profit. So,
and you're beating the experts, which is, you know, a lot more than most people can ask for. So, so yeah, that's exactly how you beat this Turkey dilemma, how you profit from it. But let's turn our focus to our versus trade. Basically, if you're new to WSI TV, what versus is, we're going head to head. Each one of us picks a stock. It's basically a free stock pick for you to trade along with us. And you know, the stock with the least amount of gains after 2 weeks, you know, that expert loses, has to spin the wheel of misfortune, which we'll introduce you to in 2 weeks' time. We'll have to do a punishment. I know we've got a few new punishments on there, as well as, you know, if you're new, this might not make much sense, but we've got a flamingo hat that the expert may have to wear if that's what the wheel lands on. We've also got other stuff like sippy cup, bad bartender, where, you know, if Tyler would lose this round, which I expect him to, he would have to drink a drink of my concoction. Could have anything, ketchup, anything edible that I want to put in it. And there's a bunch of other things on there that we might see. So Tyler, why don't you go ahead with your stock that you're bringing to the table? Give me the ticker and the price point, and then I'll give you mine.
The ticker's GPOR. And the price is $11.16. So hopefully that goes up and beats Jordan, so I don't have to put on the hat or drink whatever he's going to mix up for me. Yeah,
I mean, I know that's a good trade. I've been watching that chart myself, but I do think my trade will beat it. I'm looking at Adobe. The ticker's ADBE. It's around $245 a share right now. It's stepping up in some nice boxes as I'm looking at it. So I expect it to go a long way over the next 2 weeks. So Tyler, good luck. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Well, Tyler, thank you for joining me today. Thanks. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the latest episode of WSI TV. Be sure to visit WSITV.com, where you can subscribe for free with no contract and gain instant access to the secrets of self-made millionaires via the WSI TV Vault. So go ahead and claim this gift for free now at WSITV.com.